Hey friends, welcome. It's Carrie at holisticspsychic.com and Soul Star Healing Arts Center in Sedona, Arizona. Today we are taking a deep dive into the insights that you need to know in order to harness the potent force of the full moon happening in the sign of Leo coming up here on February 12th, 2025. From bold new beginnings, fresh starts, major breakthroughs, this full moon promises to ignite your passions, fuel your creativity, and propel you forward on your spiritual empowerment journey. This is a massive opportunity to tap into this moon's transformative power to manifest your dreams into reality. Each full moon brings us into a space where we can have an illuminated awareness around anything that has felt hidden or obscured from the clarity of our conscious mind. And this full moon is extra potent in this way. The full moon is happening in the sign of Leo. Leo is ruled by the sun, which is currently opposite of the full moon. Every full moon is opposite of the sun, but this one is extra strong because the opposition is connected to the ruler of that sign. So we have an extra dynamic polarity happening with this full moon between the sun and the moon. What does the sun represent in astrology? It's our awareness. It's our sense of identity. It's connected to how we show up in life, the kind of fuel that we burn, so to speak. And the moon is connected to our inner being, our deep emotional self, our deep inner passions, our unconscious motivations behind how we show up in life. And Leo is connected to courageousness, self leadership, empowered creative expressiveness, it's playfulness, it wants to be out in life and shining its light and sharing its gifts with the world. And this full moon for sure is connected to those energies, especially because the sun is in Aquarius. Aquarius is the world stage. Aquarius is connected to collaborating. It's groups, causes, circles of friends. It's humanitarian energies. It's connected to leading edge expressiveness, leading edge frontiers of thought, problem solving, solutions, resolutions, revelation, revolution, evolution. So these are some big themes that we have going on. Now, there's one primary aspect that is connected to the full moon, and that is Uranus. Uranus, which is currently in the sign of Taurus, and it just went direct a few days ago on February 4th. So that in and of itself is a whole new dynamic energy. I'm going to talk about Taurus, I'm going to talk about Uranus, and then we're going to talk about what the square to the sun and the moon represents. Mercury is also in the mix, so we're going to talk about that as well. Uranus, for one, is the planet that rules Aquarius. So there's an extra strong dynamic happening there as well. Uranus is the planet that is connected to revolutionary energies, leading edge, outside of the box, pioneering, forefront of awareness, the front lines of growth of consciousness in humanity. So these are the qualities of the energies that we're dealing with here. And Taurus is an earth sign. So that gives us a little bit of a groundedness, and it compels us to literally be taking action in the direction of what our own personal revolutionary push is internally within us right now. So of course, everything I'm talking about has global, worldly connotations to it, but we're talking about how this energy is supporting our personal growth goals from a shamanic evolutionary astrology perspective. So Taurus, earth energy, it has tenacity about it. It's connected to perseverance. And partially that's because it's one of the fixed signs. And, while I'm talking about this, the other signs that are connected to this square between Uranus and the sun and the moon are also fixed signs. The fixed signs are the signs that happen in the middle of each season. And so they are connected to perseverance. The fixed signs are the stabilizers of the zodiac. The fixed signs show up with follow through and getting things done. So that right there is a primary theme that is connected to this full moon, because this is the energy that is connecting to both the sun and the moon. The sun in Aquarius, ruled by Uranus, which is squaring it, compels us outward into an expanded arena to shine in. Okay. So when we combine this with where we're at in the wheel of the year, in the us here in the northern hemisphere, in the wintertime, wintertime is a time typically of going within, hibernating, tending to our self-care, okay? But we are now beyond the halfway point of winter, and we're getting closer and closer to spring each day. So this is the first little like stretchings and unfurlings that are happening within us all energetically. And even on that level, we're a little bit more compelled outward. We want to peek our head out into the sun. We want to get some sunshine on our face, warm up our bones, and begin to tiptoe out into life again after a period of time of hibernation during the darker times of the year here in the northern hemisphere. This energy is like really kind of saying, the next step for all of us collectively is expansion, expanding beyond what our previous comfort zone has been, even through the previous year or two. Uranus is also squaring the moon in Leo. Moon in Leo, in and of itself, is very creative energy. It's very passionate energy. So it's tapping us into our creative passions and compelling us to be in our expressiveness with it. So it's not like this is all happening right now, exactly on the day of the full moon, and that's it. No, this is something that's going to be unfolding as we're progressing through the year, because we do have other dynamic energy shifts happening that are connected to forward movement, which I'm going to talk about in a moment here. But I just want to emphasize the Uranus square between the sun and the moon, which is called a T-square, again, is considered to be in shamanic astrology an energy initiation. So it's really a good idea for you to take a look at where's the Taurus sector of my chart, because that's where Uranus is, where's the Aquarius sector of my chart, and where's the Leo sector of my chart, because these are the three areas of life that are going to be in high focus for you, not only right now, but this is activating an energy dynamic that will be a primary influence for you. Mercury right now is also in the mix of that square with Uranus. And so this is like truths being revealed, higher truths being revealed, personal truths coming to our conscious awareness, which is what's enabling us to be a little bit more decisive in how we're moving forward. Before you take a look at your chart, feel into intuitively, how am I intuitively feeling guided to have completion in some certain respect in my life? Maybe it's a situation, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's an old belief system, old emotions, old ideals that are no longer serving you. Ask yourself how you're feeling compelled to bring something into completion in preparation with stepping into whole new spheres of experience, chapters of experience in your life this year. And that's being activated now on one level, but we're getting ready to have another activation with all of this in about 12 days away from the full moon when Mars goes direct. Now, I've talked about the Mars retrograde in previous videos. In fact, I made a video that is highlighting the big astrological shifts for 2025. So I'm going to go ahead and link that up here so you can review that if you haven't seen it yet. But Mars has been retrograde since like late December, and it is in Cancer right now. Mars retrograde currently in Cancer is a time of introspection regarding our roots, family themes, our childhood, our ancestry, matters of ancestral healing, matters of healing inner child things from your literal childhood, matters having to do with healing dynamics connected to parents is coming up. Cancer typically emphasizes mother energy. Mars in Cancer is making a trine aspect to Saturn right now, which is father energy. I feel that we're all going to find like a liberation along those lines, a liberation of those energies, which enables our healing and enables us to let those things go or just have deeper healing around it. Anyway, Mars is going to go direct on February 24th. And it's still going to be in Cancer, but it will eventually go into Leo, which is where the full moon is now. But once Mars goes direct at the end of February, and as we're coming into March, this is going to be another layer of drive and motivation to come into forward momentum and expansion into our lives. And that's because Mars is the planet of action. It is our drive. It is connected to our passions and enthusiasms. So we're really coming into this forward movement. We do have Venus going retrograde at the beginning of March, and Venus is going to be retrograde until April 12th. This is going to be a time of really tending to our self-care. It's for sure not the time to start new relationships. It's not a time to make significant large purchases that have anything to do with aesthetics, like things that are appealing to you. It's definitely not going to be the time to make any significant changes to how you adorn or style yourself, like drastic haircut or anything like that. Because what happens is when we do these things while Venus is retrograde, when it goes direct again, we don't like it anymore. And we're stuck with a situation where we have to change something back, sell something, whatever. And then Mercury is going to be going retrograde in mid-March through mid-April. But by the time we get to mid-April, Venus will be direct again, Mercury will be direct again, and we're going to have a period of time throughout the spring where all planets are going to be direct. So we're on this momentum now of direct forward movement. And what does that mean? That is strong manifestation energy. There's a lot of significant revolutionary, evolutionary transformation going on right now, personally and globally. And that is connected to the fact that right now, Uranus is also making a trine aspect, which trines are harmonious energy activations. While the squares are initiations, the trines and the sextiles are activations. Uranus is trining Pluto And Jupiter is also trining Pluto. All of these planets are direct right now. Jupiter is the planet of growth, expansion, forward movement, good fortune. Pluto is the planet of evolution, transformation, and empowerment. And Uranus is unexpected developments, change, revolutionary change. So we can see where there's this big, strong, driving force compelling us all forward into new territories of let's all do things in new ways. And again, that's for you individually, but we're also going to see this, we're going to see people coming together community wise, globally, humanitarian wise, and let's do things in new ways that are more in support of a healthy life on earth. New paradigms, new mindsets, new perspectives, new points of view, new ideals and belief systems. The energy is so strong that it would be literally shocking to me if you weren't automatically feeling that within you anyway. But I find that knowing the energy can help you to work with it a little bit more directly, a little bit more consciously. I'm just looking down at the chart here, and I just want to give us a little bit of a reminder about the nodes of the moon. So we have the nodes just recently shifted at the beginning of the year here into the Pisces Virgo axis, and the North Node is in Pisces conjunct Neptune right now. Neptune is a planet that is connected to creativity, spirituality, the unseen mystical dimensions of life. And that's because Neptune is the ruler of Pisces and the north node of the moon is there now. So the nature of the changes, the nature of the expansion that we're coming into is connected to our true, deep inner soul calling. And I just want to remind us all of that. Like, this is the time to really let yourself drop deeper into those deeper senses of what feeds your soul with meaning and purpose, and let that be what's guiding you forward into this time. So before I wrap it up here, pull, I'll go ahead and pull 3 cards. And I'm using my Osho Zen Tarot today. This is what the back of the deck looks like. I have a link in the description box below where you can purchase things that I feature here in my videos on my Amazon link, which will bring you to a link where I just have curated items for all of you that are like my favorite spiritual empowerment tools to work with. But as I'm shuffling the cards here, I also want to remind us all that I'm still taking signups for the Empowering Intuition group mentoring coaching Zoom program that's going to be coming this spring. If you think you might be interested in that, just check out the online courses page at my website, holisticspsychic.com. And the information will be up there. Right now, you can check out the information for my Mastering Intuition on demand online course. So, what I'm recommending is if you haven't taken that course yet, I recommend taking that course in addition to the online coaching program that I'm going to be doing. However, if you are a person who already feels super dialed in to the fundamental foundations of intuitive development and you just want some mentoring and coaching to bump your skills up to that next level, then you're certainly invited to participate in the online coaching program without taking my online course. Just FYI, I'm going to have all the information below. You can check it out. So let me go ahead and select some cards here for us. So this is going to be for the collective. Of course, if you would like a customized personal reading, then you can reach out. I was just closing my eyes to connect with these energies. Okay, so the Osho Zen Tarot. We have the ordinariness card showing up reversed, but I'm going to show you what it looks like right side up. So when this card shows up right side up, it's an energy of just grounded, feeling fine, just in my flow type of energy. But in the reverse, we're meant to bust out of that right now and be pioneering new potentials and possibilities for ourselves. Connected to that is the card that's called compromise. And this card depicts two people who are linked it, at their hands, and they're looking at each other, and it's almost like the connection that they have with each other is compromising them from being able to see what else is going on in life. And so this is representative of a dynamic that's playing out collectively. How has something that you've been maybe making a primary focus in your life hindering you from seeing what else is out there? This reminds me of a saying that I ran across this week that I loved. And the saying is, we can't start a new chapter in life if we're still rereading the old one over and over again, right? So, what's compromising you? What's hindering you? What has been hindering you from being able to have a broader involvement in life? It's time to expand our horizons. And then that is what's the outcome is success. The outcome of letting go of anything that's compromising us, the outcome of being willing to expand our horizons brings us into successful new endeavors. Again, if you would love a customized, individualized, in-depth psychic tarot astrology reading, just get a hold of me and I'm happy to book you with a session. All my love, guys, blessings, namaste, and I look forward to seeing you all right around the corner in the next video.